Welcome back to ASL Chennai Speaks Out. Have deemed universities in our country failed students? Sir, we were talking about family fiefdoms. Many of them are run by families, so don't you believe that there's lack of professionalism in the running of these institutions?
Sir, there may be lack of professionalism. I do agree with you. As our former Vice Chancellor told,
So case closed
it's not
then.
going to be
If you're
closed.
saying lack of professionalism, case closed. If you're not professional, don't run universities. Don't play with the fate of all these students.
That's true, that's true. But what the UGC or the government was doing so far, so everybody they invest crores and crores of rupees. Almost all the deemed universities are having the family fiefdom.
It is only the
Yeah,
students'
yes,
money
yes.
they have invested.
As what sir said, the lack of infrastructure is always there. Like he said, the money what we give into the deemed university is spent for us. But it's not like that, sir. There are lack of infrastructure. Even when you browse out through what the informations are given, or even I ask my friends, there are lack of infrastructure. There are not like I'm
What
telling
you are
about few.
assured, what you are promised in the prospectus isn't there
It's
on the
not
ground.
there. My friend suffered it.
Can
My
you give us
friends-
examples?
Yeah, one of my classmates who went, I can't mention the name of university.
Give us
deemed
examples of,
universities.
in what
Yeah.
way was the infrastructure
He was
lacking?
promised that well-equipped lab and laboratories are there. But after a few days, after he entered into the college, there was nothing like that. There are few days he had labs. After that, he was like, no, there is no equipment. Few people, like each individual people cannot practice on a single equipment. Like 4 or 5 people take on single equipment and they do on it. That's not, see, we pay money because we need all the facilities. That's why parents suffer a lot. Even the middle class parents, they pay so much of money into deemed university because they want their child to be very genius. They want their child to be like from a filter process. They want their child to come up in life. That's why they pay so much. But we are not getting anything out of it. And as what my friend said about the campus interview, like you are promised campus jobs only on the payment. Like again, my friend, he was promised his job only on paying lakhs of donation. If you want a job after you finish up your engineering, please pay this much. Otherwise, just get out of the college. That was what he got the response.
Sir, okay, I accept a few deemed universities are not having proper infrastructure. Okay, fine, I'll ask you one question. Does the de-recognition of this as a deemed university is a solution for this one?
Suresh, would you like to answer
Yes,
that?
it is, because once they become, after derecognition, they are going to become affiliated colleges. Let them improve the infrastructure over the next course of 5 years or 10 years, and then aspire for deemed university status. If you want to be a university, you better have your infrastructure in place.
So,
otherwise don't aspire for that.
So I would like to ask, say you one thing, sir. Okay, every college those who are assigned this deemed university status, there is a UGC inspection every year. Okay, and UGC is making a report. So at least in that report, they should mention like you improve this infrastructure like laboratory and all, so that they universities can improve that one.
Even in this UGC inspection, which has been carried out by the expert teams, a lot of deficiencies have been mentioned. What the C-list colleges are doing is they're just showing the final thing, saying that this institution needs to be encouraged. They're not showing us the full report as to what are the deficiencies.
So
Yes,
sorry,
ma'am.
sir. In case of our universities, sir, deemed what the report made by UGC, it was perfectly good.
And again, the UGC cannot sit in judgment of its own case. Right? They were the ones who awarded the deemed university status, and there's a dispute over that, and therefore they themselves cannot constitute a committee and decide their own case.
If you say that the UGC has done some inspection and given the report, and if you say that they are wrong or right, now they are the only body that has to do this. That means you found some ill in the system. Please correct your ill in the system, not the deemed universities.
Yes.
Let them,
For that you have to
let
start
them
from
correct.
here.
Let them correct themselves. The University Grants Commission has to correct themselves. What does the minister do? He has to make sure that the University Grants Commission does its job properly.
No, this committee has given a 16-point guideline, which is going to soon come out as form
You
of a
see,
regulation, recommending that it should
I
be a
don't
regulation, so
consider-
that
I
the UGC is bound by it.
I don't consider this committee report as a report at all.
No,
because
but honestly speaking, most of these institutions don't even need to be inspected. Those in the 44, some of them need to be closed down on day one, and people will agree with
you
this.
see, I will find the first mistake. One person appointed in the committee is from a deemed university. In what way you are going to monitor the deemed universities? By appointing a person from the deemed university system itself.
No,
I'm sorry.
This
This is.
Standen is the head of the National Brain Research Center.
I don't
and when
want-
his case came up,
No, I don't-
he
I don't
walked
want-
out of the room and allowed the other 3 members of the committee to judge the case.
You
He
see,
did
that,
not pass any
I am not,
comments on that
I am not
institution.
talking about monitoring his own institution. He is not fit to
He's
monitor
talking about
other
the fairness
institutions.
of the system. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
he is also an eminent neurosurgeon, and he has been.
So
Okay,
you
yes,
can
ma'am.
give
Yes,
a
ma'am.
check on quality and the excellence part, but why the thing is you should give them a time frame. You can't do all this all of a sudden and try to bring a close to it.
No, madam, that is why they've classified into 3 categories. Table 1, excellent institutions. Table 2, that can be cured and remedied. Table 3, incorrigible cases
Doesn't
that need to
matter.
be
Even the
converted into
44
affiliated colleges.
institutions, they
They
have
will-
to
Yes,
run.
yes, sir.
Even government-sponsored universities, they take near 10 years to have their own infrastructures, 2000 middle, the deemed university status is given. We are improving. One committee is coming directly, seeing all the labs, workshops, and simulations, and ship in the campus, and interacting with students alone, staff alone, management alone, gave them report. Another committee, Tandon committee, never visited. They just went on saying something to the minister, all on a sudden saying the de-recognition. This is quite undemocratic. This is undemocratic.
The truth is, the HRD ministry has clarified that the UGC committee does not have a mandate to decide on whether this deemed university status will continue or not.
Which will?
Only the 4-member committee has been given that mandate to look into the 9-point
I'm
item of the
saying
UGC.
that-
And
Is
on that
it
basis,
democratic? Is it democratic? Let me speak for the students. Is it democratic to promise them infrastructure and then go back on that promise? Is it
No, no, no.
democratic?
See, that you can take action. UGC is having power.
So they're
What
taking
UGC
action
are
now.
doing?
So they're taking action now.
See, now they are writing. See,
Inspection committee which has been formed by the minister, cabinet minister, is not constitutional. Why? Because constitutionally to monitor the universities, it should be the job of the University Grants Commission. If you find there is a mistake, you try to correct the system there. Don't try to appoint another committee superseding the UGC, which means you are
But are we nitpicking, sir, with regard to procedures instead of addressing the charges? I mean, if there are charges, if they say that these universities are not fit to function, they are functioning with unbridled powers, unfettered powers, they are law unto themselves. Why are we skirting that issue? Why are we then talking about procedures instead of addressing getting our house in order? I mean, that's what many students would want.
To set your house in order, you need some guidelines, and that guidelines has to be prepared by University Grants Commission.
The same committee has reported that they were doing very well when they were in the state of Arts and Science College. But when they were given the deemed university status, they started doing this.
They
But
try to bite off more than they could
So-
chew. Is that the problem, Suresh?
Yes, they have
I
taken
think-
in,
I think,
students without proportionately increasing the strength of the faculty. They have launched, courses with fancy names through distance education. MBA in journalism, how do you defend it?
I wish to make
MBA in journalism and MBA in distance education. The name of the course is MBA distance education. How do you defend this?
It's not about the institutions that have these basic facilities. It's about those institutions which lack them. See, the students are being promised about the infrastructure, but what the chairman they are doing is they build up new blocks and they sell out. Education is becoming a business. And sir, I have a question for you. You
For
said,
whom? For me?
yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
You were telling about the monitoring. So you want these deemed universities to be regularly monitored?
You see the road today, road traffic. In the Mount Road, we have 4 lane, and then they are having 1 lane auto rickshaw will go, other lane car will go, 3rd lane bus will go. Because they put that guideline, you find reasonably streamlined the traffic. Where these guidelines are not there, you find that chaotic traffic is there. And therefore, you put a guideline, you will find that the universities will function effectively.
Okay, sir.
See, when you don't have a guideline, the universities will go chaotic.
Okay, sir.
After all, the people who
Like the
are
traffic on the
trusted,
roads.
after all, after all, the philanthropists, the so-called philanthropists who have started the institution, they are not educated, they are not professionally qualified to run the institution, and therefore, sorry, when I say whoever has been there, I am only.
If you have entered into a university status, there is a lot expected out of the institutions, and they have been accepted as grown institutions. They have to take the responsibility. If you start talking about the ills committed by these deemed universities, there are far too many. You know, the right on the first year,
agree with him.
right on the first year, please let me speak. Right on the first year, they just opened the gates and they had admitted whomsoever they wanted. They even said, we will check your certificate later, pay the fees first. The ills are too many.
Pay the capital
Some of the institutions have to be closed. They don't even have land, don't even have infrastructure. And in spite of that, they were awarded.
How will they start it, sir? How do they get their license to start?
It is something which you have to please dig out.
That has to be addressed to the
You have to dig it out because it is surprising how this is.
Traffic and education. But then what my question is it okay that these deemed universities can do whatever they want until they are on the spotlight?
I don't say they cannot, they can do whatever they want. You
red
put the
light was
guideline,
blinking
you
and they
put the
jumped the
guidelines, you put the
See,
guidelines,
it's like a
they
game
cannot.
of hide and seek.
You see,
Until they're on the spotlight, they can do whatever they want.
No, you see, when you don't have any guideline, they will go like this. You put a guideline, naturally they have to be.
But I
progress
feel
in the
money
guided
backs are
path.
all playing, sir. Like most of these institutions are
Excuse
owned
me.
by
Excuse me,
politicians.
one thing I will tell you. When they are admitting, you should monitor. They should say, UGC should monitor admissions. if they aren't monitoring,
No, today
there's
they
no
don't have a
answer.
guideline.
Yeah.
Today they don't have a guideline
They
for
don't have
this.
guideline, they are having every right to interfere.
That doesn't mean that they have to behave irresponsibly.
Yeah.
Right? The deemed universities
That's the
can't
point he's
behave
making. That's the point
irresponsibly
he's-
because there's no monitoring.
I'm telling something,
You are responsible. As an university, you are responsible to the people.
they have to give guidelines.
Forget about guidelines.
Research in even developed universities, it has not come just started from 1 year, from the first year. It will take some time for the research to develop.
So till such time, but don't, like one university had 1,500 PhD scholars with 200 faculty members. You double the intake, but you don't correspondingly double the faculty strength.
That is what he is
Sir,
talking
this is
about.
Same thing is happening even in government university today.
No, but then
At least it's not through correspondence, but here the PhDs are enrolled through correspondence. This particular
you
university
charge
that
high
you're mentioning
capitation fees
has been
and
enrolling,
the students are bled white and then you let them down and leave them in the lurch.
No, I think
You
we are.
told me that, research and development takes time, but without research and development, what is education? You should have theory as well as
I fully
practical.
endorse with you.
Precisely.
Fully endorse
We
with you.
fully endorse you.
It is with research and development only. But as soon as the university starts, you say you start the research, it will take some time for the people to come into the...
That is where
Then
we
you
disagree,
can't,
sir.
you can't get the
That is where we
status.
disagree. Why we disagree is you have been given university status because you are capable.
Because we can develop.
No.
Not from day one.
No,
Not to develop.
sorry.
The Radhakrishnan Commission is very clear. It says only exceptionally
See,
good institution with great potential for
For
research
an
and excellence.
institution to start a
Must be
course,
become- must be
first we
declared
have to
deemed
provide the
university.
classrooms. We have to provide the labs. Then only it is awarded. You can't say you give me university status first, then I will develop the research. Sorry.
It's a chicken or the egg
Research-
proposition. here.
And you know,
No.
people
It's
have taken
only
even
they
10
have to
years.
concentrate on research.
10 years have gone.
Based on their achievement in
Not a
research, only the
single
status
research
has been given.
Based on the achievement in research. But
Actually, like people start the college, corruption and bribery. With that they start and then you develop. This is not fair, sir. You have to have your own research
not all
lab
of
and
them.
develop.
That is what I am saying.
Don't generalize the statement.
You said there are some flaws in the UGC committee and all. Then why don't you appoint a committee on for checking the functioning of this UGC committee? Why are you appointing committee
No,
or
precisely,
de-recognition of this university?
The Yashpal
The
committee
same
has
thing
precisely said
playing
this.
with the careers of the students. That's
No,
it.
they're not playing with the careers. See, one, I understand that all of you have apprehensions, but the committee has given a clear roadmap classifying students into 6 segments and how they should migrate. That has also been submitted to the government, and the government is going to submit this to the court. There has been precedence. In Chhattisgarh, over 100 universities were closed down with one order of the Supreme
You
Court.
see, they should
All
not-
the students were allowed to migrate to regular colleges on a one-time basis. Nobody was affected. Even in Tamil Nadu, there have been some self-financing colleges, third-rate colleges, which have been wound up. Students have been transferred to other colleges. Their future has not been affected. If you have joined an MBA in journalism, then yes, your future will be affected.
Probably
There's
business
no way to
journalism.
help you.
Business journalism. Suresh, before we slide into another break, I want to ask you, we spoke about family fiefdoms, but there have been family-run, for instance, Lady Shriram group of institutions, the Birlas also. So it's not that all, family trusts which run universities can be tarred with the same brush. I mean, some of them really have contributed a lot to higher education in the country.
Certainly, yes, they have contributed. But here you find that the father is the chancellor, the son is the vice chancellor, the daughter-in-law is the pro-chancellor. There is no concept of a pro-chancellor.
That's because the
in first
UGC
place.
has not prescribed any qualifications for these posts. That's the problem.
No,
could
the
lie there.
UGC says that a search committee must select a vice chancellor. No search committees are constituted. Whoever the chancellor likes is appointed vice chancellor. That is my problem.
But it is accepted.
No.
By chancellor, they are corresponding with us.
it's not in all the
what do you
places
think?
again.
But where the UGC went?
That's what I'm talking about. Institutions which have lost their status, which are facing a threat because of these flaws.
So one
All
thing,
right,
sir.
all right.
And it affects academics.
So one
if
thing,
your
sir.
son is going to sit in the board of governors, which academic, which principal or which dean will openly say that what you're doing is wrong? It affects the academic flow in the institution.
Transparency is also hit. by this.
Transparency is hit.
All right, on that note, we'll slide into another short break on SL Chennai Speaks Out. When we come back after the break, we'll talk about politicians also who run institutions, whether politicians should be allowed to become education barons in our country.
There is a whole lot of corruption. If you start listing every one of them, it will stink.
Institutions which are on the deathbed cannot be, diagnosed at that stage.
Some of the institutions need to be closed.